welcome to a brand new story on Romance Club, and we're going to be playing Heaven's Secret. Um, I've just finished playing Chasing You, and I'm still in very much so in indecision, so I'm just going to try to just erase that from my head for now and play Heaven's Secret. So, says I died and got into the Angels and Demons Academy, hellish lectures, angelic guise, and a temptation to break heaven's rules. What else awaits in this fantastical yet dangerous world? This could be interesting. This is very strange. Whoa! I was thinking him when I saw him, but I never saw him. Oh, God. Oh, no. Here we go all over again. You know what? Let's just see how the words go. I mean, they might rub me the wrong way anyway. Story's about to begin, but first choose what you want to look like. She's gorgeous already. Like, let's see what else we got. Olive skin tone, very fair skin tone, dark brown skin tone. Oh, she's pretty though. Kind of feeling it. All the way. Okay. 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 I love this hair. And if I can get it in black, that's great. I'm just gonna go with this. Yeah, amazing. Let's go ahead and start. Ooh, that's pretty. Let me take a picture. Chapter 1, Finding Wings. I was blinded for a moment by a bright light. I moved to take a step forward, but felt a void beneath my feet. A few pebbles broke off and fell. The veil began to disperse, and a waterfall appeared on the horizon. Where am I? The water was burbling and hissing, but instead of breaking on the stones below, it drifted up. I must be sleeping. It was a comforting thought, but everything looked and felt so real. Behind me there stood a forest with gigantic trees stretching their branches towards the boundless sky. I turned around and looked down again. Act! I heard the voice in my head and all around me at the same time. It roared like thunder or like the striking of a gong. I understood at once that something terrible would happen if I dared disobey and do nothing. Spot others to lead to more significant changes. So I jumped into the abyss or headed into the forest. I'm kind of afraid of heights, so I'm just gonna go into the forest. I'm not crazy enough to jump off. With my mind made up, I turned around and walked away from the edge. It's pretty in here. The branches scratched my face and hands. The grass tickled my feet. What the hell? Irritated, I pushed aside the branches, trying to avoid any more lashings. Sudden noises here and there made me freeze and listen intently. The stream was nothing like a dream. This place nothing like a dream. Crack. It was as if someone was approaching fast. I ran further, constantly looking behind my back. The noises stopped, and I cautiously stopped too, piercing my way into a thicket. Turning around sharply, I yelled and immediately shut my mouth with my hand. It tilted his head to one side, then the other. It stomped excitedly with its paws and then suddenly sank down as if bowing to me. Everything flickered, swayed, and started to fade gradually, like an elusive mirage. The dragons. Then the swaying stopped, and I ended up where I started. Some choices increase the value of your glory. High or low glory can dramatically change the plot of your story. Not bad. Although I'd hoped you jump into the void. I flinched and turned towards the sound. Few are those who do. Who are you? Rather than answering, he spread the wings on his back. My name is Geralt. Geralt of Rivia? Like the Witcher? A woman and a guy came out of the jungle. Wait, that means I've already messed up by not jumping into the void. Oh look, this is my first time here. Totally. I'm gonna jump into the abyss. People don't die in their sleep. This will wake me up. I took a few steps back, accelerated, and jumped. The void welcomed me in its arms. My heart was pounding as I became paralyzed with fear. This isn't a dream. I'll die. Fear took over all my emotions in an attempt to save myself. My hands were desperately trying to grab onto something. I closed my eyes, unable to bring myself to face death. Suddenly I heard something coming from behind and stopping my fall. I was pulled up, and only then I realized I was moving something. Wings? I was moving them intuitively. A hysterical chuckle slipped off my lips. This is crazy. Wait, you're saying I have wings? A few flaps more and the outlines of the earth were visible below. But the moment my feet touched the ground, my feathers started to fall off like leaves in the fall, until there was nothing left of them. Everything flickered, swayed, and started to fade gradually like an elusive mirage. Then the swaying stopped and I ended up where I started. I heard short, pathetic claps. I flinched and turned towards the sound. Bravo! To jump into the void is a brave act, even for one who believes they are dreaming. Okay, come on. Who are you? Rather than answering, he spread the wings on his back. My name is Geralt. A woman and a guy came out of the jungle. The strange animal followed them, bounding up and down with joy. It's cute. What a beauty. Congratulations on passing the test. The guy silently sized me up. What's going on? Am I dead? Wow, she's quick. The thought popped into my head on its own, but every single part of me was against it. The woman touched me, trying to comfort me. The panic began to subside. She squeezed my hand tighter and looked me in the eyes. My name is Miss Alina. This is Andy. The guy nodded silently while looking at me the entire time. Please let me go? I mean, they haven't acted like they're holding me hostage, but at the same time, this looks like she's shouting. Just tell me. Oh, God. I started to shout. Great. Girl's grin and Andy's tense silence annoyed me. Who are you? Answer me. You have quite a temper, don't you? I understand it's hard to accept, but you are indeed dead. That's enough prologue, Miss Lena. Every human passes the test after his death. Some jump like you did, but not everyone gains their wings during their fall, so they die. Then they follow their path leading to either heaven or hell. But there are those, such as yourself, who take off. They are the chosen ones. You are among the chosen. Same as Andy. She gave him a little nudge from behind, but he only nodded his head slightly, watching you with half-opened eyes. What does that mean? The chosen are invited to enter our Angels and Demons Academy. This academy is paramount for both your world and ours. It keeps the balance. From time to time, you would ascend to Earth to help people stay on the path of either good or evil, help them make a choice, be it right or wrong. Dear God, have I gone mad, or is this really happening? As if feeling my worry, Miss Alina touched me again. You'll gain power. You'll see immortality from a different perspective. New prospects will open for you. Is it me, or did he just smirk? The sky flickered, the water fell down for a second as if succumbing to gravity, but then started to flow up again. It's time. You must decide. You're waiting for an answer? But how can I agree to something I don't really understand? Miss Lena saw something in my eyes. She recoiled sharply and nodded to Geralt. She's ready. Geralt slapped me on the back. I fell to my knees and tears ran down my cheeks. A sharp pain pierced my shoulder blades. I screamed and then fell silent at once, scared of my own cry. Andy squatted in front of me to look me in the eyes. We all go through this. Shh, just breathe. He kept staring into my eyes as if trying to take my pain away, but the pain was only growing stronger. I felt my skin tearing apart as something inside of me was trembling, trying to get out. Let them out. They need to feel the freedom. Relax. Allow yourself to take off. I lifted my head and looked at him. He was focused and calm. He was studying me until he caught sight of my tightly pressed lips. A tearing sound was heard and then a whooshing outward flapping. Oh my god. The pain disappeared, leaving behind a pulsating sensation in my back. I turned around and froze. Oh, they're purple. I want purple wings. Oh, they're still purple. But they're crazy looking. Nah. These are pretty though. These are crazy. I don't want those. I don't like them. Well, I guess it depends, right? This is more of like an angelic type of look, and this is more of a dark side type of look, maybe. I'm gonna take a time out. I need to think this through. I mean, because I assume these things will be out all the time, right? There's something about the ombre going on there it really is eye-catching. For sure. But I don't know if it's eye-catching in a good way. I don't know if I like it. These are pretty, but they kind of seem kind of dull. Once you're staring at them, staring at them too long, then these just really start to capture you. Let's just be extra. Let's just do it. I've done it. Now you're one of us. You can change your clothes and hairstyle. They'll tell you the rest of the academy. Still finding it hard to believe, I spread my wings. A few drops of blood fell on the ground. Oh. Don't rush. You'll be able to fly soon enough, but for now, give your wounds time to heal. I imagine immortals didn't know pain. Pain allows us to feel alive and keeps us in check. The sea dragon will take you to the academy. Fear? Fire? Fear? I don't know. Hearing his name, Fear immediately jumped up and shook his head. Andy, will you bring her up to speed? Andy nodded while looking at me. Stop staring at her. Have some shame. Garrow took me by the waist and helped me up on Fear. What if I fall? That will be an excellent time to learn to fly. Good luck. We'll see each other again, Melody. But the dragon started, forcing me to sit more comfortably, and flew up into the sky. I leaned against him and wrapped my arms around his thick, shaggy neck. The gust of air was so strong that I was afraid to even ponder how fast we were moving. I squeezed my eyes shut. Hey, you're missing the best part. Upon hearing his voice, I opened my eyes unwillingly. Wow. This is so beautiful. The breathtaking view made all of my fear vanish. I stretched out one hand and plunged it into a puffy cloud. This is worth dying for. Is it? I don't know if I go that far. My eyes started to tear, but not because of the wind. I burst into tears and clung to the dragon more as if seeking comfort. I was mourning myself, my life. I'm dead. What about Daddy? I was crying my heart out. Andy saw that something was off and flew closer. Is everything alright? For relationships with the characters. I mean, I got no reason not to. I don't want to die. I want to live. I had to shout for Andy to hear me with all the gusting around us. His face acquired a suffering expression. He felt sincerely sorry for me. But you are dead. You cannot go back. Time will pass and you'll make peace with it. Andy was flying by your side. He fluttered his wings lazily and seldom, but that was enough to keep him afloat. When he wanted to overtake us, he changed his position to horizontal, pressing his hands to his body. Then Andy would flutter his wings energetically and his speed would increase exponentially. How come he's not afraid to fly this high? He flew up to you. How did you die? I don't remember. Dread and panic took over again. How could one not remember his own death? I started to delve into memories, the scraps I have left of life I'll never again return to. My name is Melody Walker. My mom died when I was 5. I live with my dad on Parkin Street. I graduated from the University of Arts and was on my way home to tell Dad. I was driving. Come on. One by one, my memories were coming back to me. I clung to fear and gnashed my teeth. I remember. So? The steering wheel, the road, boring landscape, a white piece of paper that I worked so hard to get lying on the seat next to me. I graduated. Wait, she at her graduation and she didn't invite her dad to the Wait, why didn't he come? I'm confused. I'm looking in the rearview mirror. There's nothing interesting, but something is bothering me. I get on the highway, look again. A black minivan turns behind me. I'm starting to fidget nervously. This car's been following me the whole way. I speed up a little to check my theory. The minivan speeds up as well. What the hell? I hear anxiety in my voice, but I try not to panic. What does it matter what choices I make? I'm gonna die either way. I'm already dead. What should I do? Turn the steering wheel and still squealing my car drives onto a rubble road. The road leads into the forest is likely to be a dead end. The minivan isn't lagging far behind. I'm trapping myself. I turn the steering wheel around again and going around the trees I drive back onto the main road. But now I'm completely sure that someone is following me. Apparently the driver changed plans. He suddenly accelerates, changes lane, and catches up with me. What's he doing? I turn around, but I can't see anyone. And then bam. He cuts in front of me, forcing me to turn to the side. I lose control of the wheel. The car flies into a ditch. No. They killed me. And he kept staring at my face covered in tears without looking where he was flying. Yeah, the sky isn't a highway. You can allow yourself not to watch where you're going. Well, it looks like you pissed somebody off. Fear must have felt my tears on his skin and started to swirl, forcing me to stop crying. I clung to the dragon, laughing and completely terrified at the same time. Aww. Andy broke into laughter too. He's got a beautiful laugh. Fear doesn't like tears. They make him sad too. I calmed down a bit and started to enjoy the flight. After a while, Andy stopped, but every now and then he'd lift with the big flap of his wings, then come back down. Here's the school. It's so gothic. There's nothing heavenly about it. Wait till you see the demon faculty in hell. I look with passion and aspiration at the highest tower at the far end of the castle. The sight of a seemingly endless labyrinth garden took my breath away. And changed position again and jerked down sharply. Oh, Andy changed position. Fear, follow me. The dragon lowered his head and we started to descend immediately. I clung to him again. Fear smelled like the ocean mixed with something ethereal, as if he absorbed the scent of the sky and the cosmos itself. We were getting closer, and the closer we got, the more... I feel like I hear music. I'm sorry. It's weird. But we were getting closer, and the closer we got, the more worried I became. Andy already landed, was waving either at the dragon or at me. Come, Fear, come here. Pam, Pam, Pam. The animal touched the ground carefully and shook his head with pleasure. Andy patted him behind the ear. Good boy. Welcome to the Angels and Demons Academy. The man was walking towards us with his head up high. He looked me up and down. Greetings, Angel Fenicio. Maybe not Fenicio. Fenicio? And you must be Melody. Hello. Andy, will you show around the academy and bring you up to speed? I don't know why I feel like I'm hearing music. It's crazy. Once you've settled in, we'll start our lesson. I strongly advise you to be on time. I mean, not the music from the game, but... Main hall, third door on the left. Is everything clear? I nodded. Oh wait, am I supposed to remember that? Angel Fenicio was about to leave, but then he stopped and turned in a fit and looked me over again. Which side would you like to take up upon you finishing your studies? I beg your pardon? Andy stepped away from fear and spoke. Unlike the birthright angels and demons, humans are considered unclaimed during the time of their training. Neither heaven nor hell has called upon us directly, but after our training is done, we must join either the angels or demons. That's if you could see the graduating from the academy. His lips stretched as if he wanted to grin maliciously, but he restrained himself. So? Some choices increase the values of angel or demon. Choose what is right for you. In the future, these values will affect the plot of the story. I don't know what I want. I haven't decided yet. But I'm missing out on points here. I'm gonna have to risk it. I mean, I don't know anything about either one. I already know, though, if he's an angel, I don't want to be near him, though. I haven't decided yet. I advise you to hurry. One cannot sit on two chairs at the same time. You can, but anyway. Then Pincio turned on his heels and strode towards the academy. What's his problem? Don't worry about it. He's hard on everyone. Andy stood in front of you and held out his hand. Shall we? Shall we what? Don't take his hand. Sure, I guess I'll take his hand. I don't know. I placed my hand in his. I raised my head and met Andy's blue eyes. They sparkled joyfully. As an artist, I couldn't help but get mesmerized by all the murals, statues, and the overall interior. Oh, wow. I stopped suddenly gazing with trepidation, and Andy nearly crashed into me. Angels know a thing or two about architecture. He gently nudged me to keep walking. Well, that's one for the angels then. Melody, the lesson is about to start. Sorry? As we walked along the hallway, Andy tried to explain the rules of the institution. This place is called an academy. It really is one, but it's different from the ones on Earth. Some of the angels and demons studying here are a couple of centuries older than us. They're strong, much stronger than the unclaimed. And they don't like us much. Be careful. They find us beneath them, yes? I caught myself smirking unwillingly. Exactly. People were created in their image. Remember this. This is how they relate to us, as mere drawings of themselves. We stopped in front of a door. This is where you'll live. Oh, it's like dorms? A different set of dorms. Oh! Wow. Got the cozy room. Okay. So I guess we got the simple room, the cozy room, or the awe-inspiring. It's not that expensive as compared to the other story. It's only 5 more. Why wouldn't you just pay the 5 more? Hey, we're being extra. Let's go. A girl lay on one of the beds, swinging her legs up in the air. A couple of red wings fluttered on her back. Hearing a noise, she turned around and lay down on her side to get a better look at us. Wow. She's pretty. Are you my new roommate? I looked helplessly at Andy. That's right, so don't offend her, Mimi. Mimi rolled her eyes, got out of bed, and came up to me. You're lucky to have me as a roommate. For a while, she looked at me, then turned 180 degrees and returned to bed. Mimi stuck out her rear end, well aware of how tight her pants were. What the hell? I'm not sure what's going on. I got lost in thoughts and kept staring at Mimi the entire time. Her body was so beautiful, devilishly beautiful. It's no wonder why angels and demons think they're better than humans. Mimi turned around as if she could feel she was being watched. The edges of her lips slightly moved upwards. You get settled in for now. Make sure to be on time for your lesson. Andy nodded at Mimi, touched my shoulder amiably, and disappeared in the hallway. As soon as the door closed, Mimi sat down and started to observe me more carefully. What's your name? Melody. I'm Mimi, daughter of Mammon. Her words made you shiver. Andy's right. I live next to real unearthly creatures. They aren't humans. What's it like to be a demon? The question made her laugh for some reason. Her laughter was resonant and girlishly gentle. What's it like to be human? I smiled. Mimi's gaze shifted to something behind me, then returned to me again. She smiled slyly. The clock in this room is a little slow. You're already running late. What? Angel Fincio? That's his name, right? He doesn't like it when students are late, especially the unclaimed. Mimi turned around and lay on bed as if nothing happened. I froze for a second at the door, then dashed into the hallway. Well, if it was almost time for my lesson, then why did... Oh, third door on the left. I forgot! I knocked softly and peeped into the classroom. Angel Fincio was standing at his desk looking at a piece of paper in front of him. Come in, Melody. You're right on time. Ooh, I remember that it was the third door, but I couldn't remember if it was left or right. Oh. Come in, Melody. You're right on time. Thank you. I spotted Andy among the students and relieved. I sat down next to him. Sorry, I was almost late myself. I wanted to take you to class, but Angel Fincio shoved me into the classroom almost by force. He fell silent suddenly and then smiled at his own thoughts. Who knew we'd have to go back to school again? Tell me about it. Angel Fincio went behind his desk, leaned on its edge, and folded his hands in front of him. Many of you already know it, but let's review for the newcomers. He shot me an angry look. Bitch? The Angels and Demons Academy keeps the balance on Earth and maintains the peace between heaven and hell. Good cannot exist without evil and vice versa. But there is a line that should never be crossed. An angel can never be with a demon, and a demon can never be with an angel. Since you are unclaimed and have not yet decided what side to choose, you are forbidden to get close to either of them. This is the most important rule that you must never break. Oh, I'm probably definitely going to break these rules. And believe me, you don't want to experience the punishment for disobeying it. Unlike you, angels and demons were born here. This is their home. Your home is down there. Your relatives, your friends, your jobs, your cats and dogs, and everything else. Forget about it all. Well, then why is telling us that our home is down there, then? His voice was getting angrier, as if he wanted to strike fear into our hearts, and with it a straightforward truth. You're dead. Your home is here now. Why don't you just start with that? You're forbidden to make any contact with your former life. He turned around, took the piece of paper, and stared at it again. You will learn from both angels and demons. All demon faculties are in hell, so if you're faint of heart, that's your problem. Last but not least, on Earth, you'll take on the guises of other people who are long dead. Apart from the color of your eyes, nothing will reveal your identity. Angels, demons, and you, even more so you, are not able to take the form of living people. You perceive yourself and each other as usual. This is to prevent people from recognizing you. Changing your human form without permission is strictly forbidden. Is everything clear? He asked the whole class but looked directly at me. I was silent. Great. Today there will be no specific assignment. Today you will decide which of two evils will be your lesser for your protege, or vice versa, the greater. So two evils for the lesser. Angel Fincio explained the assignment briefly. And now to the vortex. I pulled Andy by the sleeve. What kind of vortex? Oh, you'll like it. It might be scary at first. Wow. You know what this reminds me of? If you ever done indoor skydiving, this kind of reminds me of that tunnel. I freaked the hell out the first time I got in there. Remind you, I'm still afraid of heights. Anyway, everyone was crowding next to a tunnel, which were rolling down. One by one, the unclaimed took a long jump and dove into it. I took a step back, afraid that my turn was coming up next. Andy squeezed my elbow just for a moment and said, "The thing here is just not to be afraid of it. You didn't get scared and jumped into the abyss. This should be a piece of cake." He turned to me and leaned back into the vortex. Andy? I ran closer to see if everything was alright, but Angel Fincio's extended hand blocked my way. Come on, it's your turn. Can I... No. Angel Fincio pushed me from behind. I fell into the vortex. Oh, that's it? Um, well, so far, if Angels gets me closer to that Fincio guy, I don't want to be an angel. Um, all right, okay. So I guess I'll stop for now. This is weird. This is really weird. I'm not sure what's going on. I guess I'm just gonna play the next episode and see. Should I just play it now? You know what? Let's just do it. I was gonna break it up, but I ain't worry about it. Let's do it. My first assignment on Earth. Why am I so scared? Because they sent down a whole bunch of rules and like. Oh man. First assignment. I was tumbling down. The entire vortex seemed to be made of clouds, and every time I hit one on my way down, it would disperse, and a new one would take its place, filling the gap. This whirlpool seemed endless, and it felt like instead of leading to Earth, it was sending straight into hell. Once I got used to the fall, I stopped screaming, and my eyes began to wander. Here and there, I could see the silhouettes of angels, demons, and the unclaimed, all heading to the assignments just like me. A guy flew past me, our eyes met for a brief moment. Okay, so the angel guy from the cover. Interesting. He suddenly turned in mid-flight to look at me and smiled. Oh. I need a picture of that. Okay. This has me rethinking the angel thing. Unclaimed. He said it as a given and burst into laughter for some reason. Then he turned away and dove down headfirst to gain speed. Never mind. I take it back. Strange character. I began to slow down. The airstream forced me to tumble again. Now I was descending feet first, and I could see the ground beneath my feet. It was a soft landing. People scurried back and forth, going about their business. They didn't grasp how lucky they were to be alive, to have the chance to return to their loved ones anytime they pleased. I took a deep breath, stretched my arms, and broke into laughter. I'm alive. Alive! No one could see the wings on my back, nor could they recognize my face. But still, I was home again. What should I do? I stopped smiling. The assignment. I need to complete my assignment. All of a sudden, a girl drew my attention. Her voice echoed in my heart. Angel Fincio said something. What was it? Melody. He squinted at me, then waved the piece of paper in front of him and stared at it again. As soon as you touch the ground, you gain your human form. No one will notice your wings, and I would advise against using them. You will have 2 hours to complete your assignment. It's more than enough time. Once you have completed the assignment, look up to the sky and concentrate your thoughts on the vortex. It will bring you back to the academy. Should you take longer than 2 hours, you'll be pulled back into the vortex whether you like it or not. Use your time wisely. The assignment. The girl that goes by the name of Veronica, she has a choice to make. She must take an exam at her university. It is essential for her future. But Veronica's boyfriend is going abroad. If she does not see him off, their relationship will end in a breakup. So, Melody, will you push her towards a promising future or a fleeting love? That's kind of fucked up. Hold up. So, he would break up with her for not seeing him off, even though she has an exam at school? Like, it's not just something like she's choosing not to go. Seriously, forget that, dude. Like, that's easy. And you'll send me to Earth just like that? Just like that. But not my concern. Not my concern. Ugh. What am I supposed to do now? Veronica was standing at the gate holding her notebooks frantically. She didn't dare leave, but she couldn't go in either. I had to come up to her and start a conversation. But why would she ever listen to me? For a moment, panic took over. I was hesitating just like she was, reluctant to make a move. I need to chill. Breathe in, breathe out. So? First, I better decide on which part I want her to choose. Okay, let me make sure. Let me think about this more clearly. I got angry on first reading it. But if she doesn't see him off, But this exam is vital for her future. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with the future. Angel Fincia distrusts the fact that it's a fleeting love. She'll live a better life if she takes care of her future. I headed towards the girl, trying to concoct a plan on the fly. Hey, Veronica. Do I know you? Not really, damn it. I saw my reflection in her eyes, a tall, skinny figure with dreads covered with tattoos. I doubt my looks seemed reassuring to her. Don't you remember me? I pretended to be upset by her forgetfulness and half turned to leave, but Veronica grabbed my hand and stopped me. No, I'm sorry. My mind is just elsewhere right now. What's wrong? She was about to say something, but hesitating to open up to a stranger. Lean on her? What does that mean? Say that I get it? I'll try that. You don't have to say anything. I feel the same way. What are you talking about? Well, you know, university, personal life being torn apart between the two of them. These words made Veronica cheer up. Exactly. She fell silent again, shifting from one foot to the other anxiously. I'm also struggling to make a decision. I'm behind with my work here at school. I may fail a course I need for my major and have to drop out. That sounds serious. Like, this is not just... That's serious. She could fail her whole class. You know how much that class cost? And he's tripping over her not go... Okay. I'm done with my choice. I'm good. I'm just standing here, thinking of running to my boyfriend and begging him to stay here in this town with me. She burst into tears and covered her face with her hands. Sometimes it's easier to open up to a complete stranger. What should I do? Boyfriends come and go, you know. I've heard that you're smart and talented, and the university means a great deal to you. That's true. My mom could barely afford my tuition. See, that's another thing. Even her parents are playing in the way. That's messed up for him to do that. They promised me an internship afterward, but I do have to graduate first. If the guy truly loves you, he'll come back, right? No, I don't think he will. Who needs him then? She kept peering past me for a long time, then nodded and smiled sarcastically. So easy when you put it like that. I touched her, trying my best to look sincere in my intentions. Veronica's facial expression was no longer hostile. You're right. The exam and my graduating is more important. For a brief moment, her face distorted in anger. He doesn't love me. Why should I humiliate myself in front of him, risking my entire future? Precisely. I was astonished by the effect my touch had on her. What are you waiting for? The exam should have started by now. Oh, right. Yes. I'm going. She hugged me impulsively and rushed off to take her exam. Thanks for your help. She waved without looking back. I think I feel pretty good about that. I don't know. He seemed really shady. Like, why wouldn't he come back? And she, knew. She felt it herself that he wouldn't come back for her. And that's even more messed up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this guy. I haven't even met him. I don't like him. My body ached with joy and anticipation for more and new assignments. I made it. It wasn't that hard. Someone shouldered me on his way out of the university. It was a normal, routine, accidental gesture. But it made me understand just how superfluous my presence was in this world. I froze right there at the gate, not finding the strength to move. A myriad of thoughts ran through my head at once. Someone killed me, took away my right to live. I have a chance to find out who did it. Angel Fincia forbade it, but he doesn't know how it feels. My desire to find out who drove that car was growing stronger by the second. And my dad, am I supposed to just forget about him? I darted off and ran. I was all out of breath. My heart was beating so frantically that I could hear it in my ears. I took the first bus and got home in the next 15 minutes. A few steps from the door, I paused trying to catch my breath. This is bad. I could see my father through the window. He looked haggard, lonely, and exhausted. He sat at his desk wearing his glasses, looking through the old tattered photo album. There were no tears in his eyes, but his trembling hands, his intense gaze, and his pursed lips gave away his boundless sadness. Oh, Daddy. I pressed my face to the window, barely holding myself from bursting into the house and screaming that it was me, his daughter, that I was alive. Dad lifted his gaze and saw me at the window. I screeched, recoiled from the window, and hurried along the path, sobbing from all the overwhelming emotions. But Dad had already opened the door and dashed outside. Stop, wait. I turned around slowly and looked at him without saying a word. What are you doing at my window? What do you want? The distance was too painful, so I approached him. I felt a lump in my throat. Oh, Daddy, you've lost so much weight. He kept staring at me, waiting for an answer. His hand clutched the letter from the police. It must be an update on the police investigation. Did you know my daughter? His voice cracked and he clenched the letter tighter, trying to hold back his tears. What should I say? I can't tell him that. How am I going to prove that? Like, this isn't the right decision. Oh. I don't think this is a good idea, guys. Dad took me by the hand and looked me in the eyes. Your eyes look just like hers. Were you friends? Tell me the truth. Barely holding back my tears, I threw his hands away and took a few steps backward. I don't know what you're talking about. I was just passing by. He staggered as if he'd been hit. Please forgive me. Forgive me. Oh, no! His hand started to tremble with greater force. The letter he was holding fell to the ground, but he didn't even notice it. He went inside without looking back. I lifted what he had dropped. Forgive me. I don't like this. Tears clouded my eyes. I didn't realize for a moment that the guy from the vortex was standing right in front of me. He shook me, grabbed me by the wrist, and pulled me away from the house. What the heck are you doing? Don't you know the rules? I knew I should have kept an eye on you. Why? Giving it some thought, he suddenly cooled down and said calmly, At least you didn't tell him who you are. Yeah, that was dumb. I don't know why she came here. I meekly looked at him. Please don't tell anyone. I know I broke the rules, but please try to understand me. He was silent but looked at me patronizingly as if I was a child. But who are you? I'm Dino. That's all you need to know. We have to go back. They'll start looking for you soon. He took my hand, looked up at the sky, and the clouds began to thicken, forming a whirlpool. Dino turned sharply towards me. Dino, maybe? You completed your assignment, right? Yes? Good. The vortex started to pull us in. Dino spurred onward, forcing me to rush after him. Then we jumped into the vortex. Be very careful not to tell anyone about what you did. Dino shut my mouth and pressed a finger to his lips. The vortex's ears. Shh. After a few minutes, the vortex spat us out onto the floor. Dino went into the hallway immediately. I followed him. What do you want? I don't know where to go. Just point me to Angel Fincio's classroom and I'll get out of your hair. You're in Fincio's class now? Yes. He clenched his jaw and froze as if thinking about something intensely. The door at the end of the hallway flew wide open, and Angel Fincio showed up. He was walking so fast that the hem of his clothing snapped against his calves. Where have you been? At first I thought he was talking to me, but the teacher was staring at the angel beside me. Dina didn't react in any way to Fincio's face glaze. I needed more time. The assignment was difficult. No assignment should be difficult for my son. Now I'm definitely not going after this guy. I don't want to deal with the Angel Fincio, like, at all. Oh my god. His voice echoed across the hall. My son has to be the best at everything. Have I made myself clear? Yes, Father. You understand that punishment will follow? Yes, Father. But Dina was late because of me. I mean, yeah, I kind of felt bad. I'm to blame, Angel Fincio. I held him back a little. Dino didn't say anything. He just closed his eyes slowly. Well, better, but still. This is not what I expected of you, son. Angel Fincio pursed his lips, turned around, and walked down the hallway. Did I do something wrong? Yes, back then when you broke the rule. He said it calmly, but somewhat afflicted. Dino turned to me and looked at me incredulously. It was as if he was trying to unravel my train of thoughts. You stood up for me. That was stupid. Is this your idea of a thank you? I don't have to thank you. This entire situation is your fault. I know. But I do appreciate what you've done for me. He peered in the distance and nodded at his own thoughts. Yes, I appreciate it. The main hall is a couple of floors down. Got it. But Dino was all gone. The unclaimed reported back to Angel Fincio about their accomplishments. Soon it was my turn. If I recalled, you had a choice to make. Convince the motor to pull herself together and take the exam, or encourage her to abandon her studies and chase after a guy. Did you succeed in punishing her towards a decision? Yes. I convinced her to take the exam. Very well. The assignment you received today was trivial, but even so, some of you might have found it difficult from a moral standpoint. We deliberately send the newcomers alone on their first mission to see how stress-resistant they are. There was no place for wimps among angels and demons. Angel Fincio's demanding face popped into your mind as he was addressing his son. Take, for instance, your case, Melody. The girl's fate would not affect civilization at large in the least. You changed the course of Veronica's life, but this ripple will not affect anyone but her, essentially. The assignments will become increasingly more difficult, and you will have bigger decisions to make. Thus, you must learn not only to get into character, but to achieve your goals, but also to be determined to decisively make these difficult moral choices. This applies exclusively to the unclaimed. Angels and demons have it easier. Unlike you, they know what side they are to take. He looked at us, then got up from his desk. That will be all for today. The commotion began. Andy and some girl approached me. Hey, how are you? I made it back in one piece. I'm Laura. She extended her hand. Hi, I'm Melody. I know. How did you pass the test? Did you jump into the abyss or did you go into the jungle? Jump into the abyss. Get out. You're crazy. Andy's the only one among us who jumped. She looked at him with admiration. Stop it. Laura started to talk about something else, then casually wrapped her arm around Andy and snuggled up to him. Andy looked at me guiltily, and carefully freed himself from the girl's arms. He's looking at me guiltily. Would you like me to take you to your room, Melody? It can be hard to find your bearings around here early on. Not really. I mean, y'all kind of seem like y'all got something going on. I mean, don't stop on the account of me. I don't know. I mean, he's cool, but I mean, I'm not really interested. Oh, no, I'm good. Laura eagerly waved her hand. See you in history class. Yeah, sure. There was no one inside. I lay on my bed and stared at the ceiling. Maybe this is a dream. I'll fall asleep now and wake up at home in my bed. This was a very tempting thought, but something inside me strongly opposed it. There was no way back. I could feel it. Onwards and forwards. I stood up and looked at myself in the mirror. My outfit stood out among the crowd. I think I should change. Whoa! That's hot. Okay. Holy crap! I don't like that. I like that one. I mean, that one's cool too. But I really like this look. I really like this one. I spun once more in front of the mirror, and in the reflection I noticed the crumpled letter from the police. It's almost like they want me, like, all these clothes look kind of devilish in nature. It's almost like they want me to go demon route. I kind of want to. Because I keep picturing Lucifer in my head. I love that show so much. I love Lucifer. I don't know. Maybe I'll shift. I'll shift to dark. I started with light, but I might shift to dark. Let's see. I spun once more in front of the mirror, but I'm gonna have to be bad. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Ugh. I spun once more in front of the mirror, and in the reflection, I noticed the crumpled letter from the police. I picked it up and opened it with my trembling hands. There was nothing useful in it besides the address. At least now I know who's investigating my murder. I had some time left before my next class, so I decided to take a stroll in the yard. Off in the distance. You know what I just thought about? He didn't have to follow me. I was about to leave anyway. He was just being nosy, and he came to follow me, and then he blamed it on me. I'm thinking too hard about it. Off in the distance, I could see clouds floating idly across the sky, and abyss was gaping beneath them. And there, at the bottom, life teemed with possibilities, all no longer accessible to me. Exploring the surroundings? I startled, not expecting anyone to be in the yard but me. I didn't mean to scare you. Dino stepped out of the shade. What are you doing here? Embarrassed by my own reaction, the question came out harsher than I intended. I'm taking a walk. Alone? I'm always alone. Don't you have friends? No. Why? He looked at me in surprise and suddenly started to laugh. For a second, I forgot that you're just a human. I was enraged and insulted. I jerked up my head. Just a human? I didn't mean to offend you. What you did. You didn't want to scare me or to offend me. You're not doing so well. Dino smiled with the corner of his mouth, continuing to watch me. He walked around me as if he wanted to see me from all sides. How do you find our school? Do you like it here? I think it's a bit early to tell. I'm sure you experience a lot of deception down the road, but you'll like it here anyway. This place isn't perfect, but it'll grow on you. That's precisely what I say about Earth. Dino smiled broadly. Interesting. I looked away to hide my embarrassment and noticed the entrance to the maze garden. I saw it when we flew up here with fear. That maze is huge. It's called the Garden of Adam and Eve, but you better not go in there. Why's that? They say that anyone who enters it becomes hostage to his own fears and desires. They won't let go of the wanderer, he'll never find a way out, and eventually he'll go mad and die. Sounds like a scary children's story. And yet, no one goes in there. At least not in my lifetime. How old are you? I don't know. We don't celebrate birthdays like you. Time is more ephemeral here than on Earth. Ephemeral? I don't know. Demons stepped into the courtyard, arguing animatedly about something. Among them, I noticed Mimi and waved to her. She smiled at me and nodded. Oh no. And here's the problem on the devil's side. Are you fraternizing with the unclaimed? None of your business, Asti. Is that so? She noticed Dino and tugged at the hand of the man standing next to her. Look who's here. Oh my gosh. He's super hot, dude. The man turned around and looked at Dino, then at me and back at him. Slowly he approached us. Dino? What do you want, Lucy? Oh no! His name... If his name is Lucifer, I'm done. I am too done. Take me now. It's over. He's won. He has already won. Oh no. Tell your father to stay away from me. It's between the two of you. Keep me out of it. Yes, of course. But it is the mongrel that's first to learn about his master's orders. Dino grabbed Lucifer by the shirt and pulled him, but he only laughed in return. You're one to talk. We're not the same, you and I. My father is Satan, not a school teacher. Asta came over to the demon and looked at me arrogantly. I don't understand why they let these lowlifes join the academy. Just look at her. And she just decided to just go through these thoughts again while just looking at me randomly. Okay. She took me by the ends of my hair and lifted it up in disgust. I recoiled. You couldn't be more mistaken if you think I'll fall for your taunting. I couldn't care less about what you'll do or not do. Lucifer took a second look at me with the same indifference and a glimpse of something else in his eyes. He held out his hand, cutting Asta short, then looked back at Dino. I don't think Fincio will approve of your mingling with these rascals. Or are you following in his footsteps? This phrase, seemingly thrown so accidentally, went straight into Dino's heart. He jerked as if it had been a slap in the face, breathing heavily, took several steps forward as if preparing to pounce. I held him back. Don't. I felt his muscles tense under my hand. Dino stopped for a moment, then nodded. You're right. He straightened up and smiled triumphantly. What's going on here? Are you having a little showdown again, boys? Miss Lena stepped into the courtyard. She noticed me and slightly frowned. Melody Walker, I'm teaching a lesson to the unclaimed moments from now. Aren't you attending? I am. Then please. She waved toward the classroom. Dino weirdly recoiled from me. You're a walker? Yes, why? Asta burst into a laugh. Isn't that the walker who... Miss Elena ran up to us and took my hand, separating me from the group. And you. She jabbed her finger at Lucifer and Dino. I'm not pleased with you two. You're the best, so be the best at everything, including the way you behave. Miss Elena turned around and dragged me behind like a mother does to a child. Be careful with those two, Melody. You should not stand between them, otherwise their hatred will destroy you too. I don't... Ah, here's the classroom. So much just happened. I'm so confused. Like, shots were fired. I don't know what happened. As soon as we entered, the unclaimed fell silent. Hey, Melody, come here. She waved her hand and smiled broadly. Sit next to me. Get confused and stop? Walk past her condescendingly? What the hell? How is that angel points? How rude do you have to be a demon? I don't want to deal with Asta. Also don't want to deal with Angel Fincio. I'd rather deal with Asta though. Angel Fincio is the type of guy that really scares me. I don't know what to do here. I don't like being rude, and this girl didn't do anything to deserve me being rude. Oh my god, I can't. I'm happy to have anyone as my friend at this point. Like, I want to be a badass. I don't want to be rude. Like, why do you have to be evil to be a demon? I don't think all demons are evil. Like I said, this is about maintaining balance, not just being evil. Like, oh shoot. I know, my face cam stopped. Whoops. Laura seems to be a sweet girl. Hello. Today we'll be discussing our history. Miss Elena walked between the rows, touching each other. Sorry, I totally missed that. But it will be better for you to see it for yourselves. She stepped outside the classroom, and everyone stood up and followed her. This is amazing. Miss Elena stopped next to the fresco and ran her hand over it. Our entire history is depicted on this canvas. Wait, I just rolled up at school, but I assume the rest of them have been here longer, so shouldn't they have already learned this lesson? I'm real confused, but it's fine. Many of you know that our world was created by Shefa. Shefa? Yes, the creator. He created heaven, hell, and earth. Then he left his children and decided not to interfere in their world. As the chicks on Earth leave their nest at some point, Shefa decided that his creations should be responsible for their own deeds. But hell and heaven were volatile. Each of them tried to take over and destroy the other side. Endless wars began bringing nothing but pain, blood, and countless losses all around, until it angered nature itself. A wave of cataclysms were unchained on Earth, in heaven and in hell, It became either unbearably cold or brutally hot. Even the demons couldn't bear such scorching heat. And then they realized that a world without balance is doomed to collapse. Good and evil cannot exist without each other. A coin must always have two sides. There should be both good and evil in the world. So she's saying that demons have to be evil. Angels and demons have become inextricably connected with their inferior brothers, the people of Earth. Thus they became their patrons, watching over and maintaining harmony on Earth. A new era has begun. It will decide to create a school for angels and demons that will ensure harmony is preserved in the world. Angels and demons work together to begin to work together. Miss Selena's face lit up with joy. She looked at each and every one of us, and the wings on her back fluttered. A question popped into my mind, and I couldn't bring myself to ask it for a while, but my hand unwillingly raised. Yes, Melody? Can you tell us about the Garden of Adam and Eve? Is it true what they say about it? Everyone fell silent and they started to whisper vividly. That will be all for today, students. I'll be glad to see you in my next class. What's going on? Did she just ignore me? Something's not right. Laura took me by the hand and pulled me towards the exit. I wanted to talk to you about Andy. Melody, can you come here for a moment? I freed myself from the girl's anxious grip. Some other time, if you don't mind. Fine. Hold up! I know that bitch didn't just give me a dirty look. Wait a minute. The people at this school started to make it easy to be bitchy. Hold up. Hold up. Miss Selena smiled at me and held out her hand. My girl, I recognized you at once. You did? Yes, we met at the test. Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. You soon find out anyway, so I might as well tell you. You see, she hesitated a little, then smiled even wider, and words poured out of her mouth quickly and easily. Your mother, she died, right? My heart ached with grief, although by now time had healed those wounds and dulled my tormenting pain. Yes? Her name is Rebecca. Yes? She passed the test just as you did and ended up at the Angels and Demons Academy. Your mother was an incredibly talented student. After graduating, she moved very quickly. What do you call it? Up the career ladder? What does this mean? Do you know who the Seraphim are? Higher ranked angels? Exactly. They are the closest to Shepa. Melody, your mother is a seraph, the first and only one of the unclaimed to ever become one. Well, now I want to be an angel just so I can go see my mom. I'm so confused. I don't know how I feel about this story yet. I don't know. It's okay. I mean, I guess I can just see what happens. I don't know. I have to see how people's personalities play out. I guess. I don't know. Too many choices right now. My head is just like, but we have to wait until another month from now or so until we can figure out what happens next. So I guess that'll give me time to kind of think about it in my head and make sense of it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, for checking this out. This is weird for sure, but yeah, I hope you're enjoying it anyway, and watching me suffer to make choices. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.